I saw music production as just this like incomprehensible wall that I just didn't understand.
I thought that it was going over my head because I just didn't get it. It just wasn't for me. I didn't know enough.
I didn't see a lot of female producers, so I kind of never realised it was a job for me.
I started to think recently about what is it that I could do to be more visible in my role to try and support more women coming and working in professional studio environments. So the idea of the project was to bring together 4 producers from the North East to be able to work closely with them and be able to kind of upskill their experience of music production in all aspects, recording, mixing, and the production side of working with artists.
I'm Cortney. I'm a singer, songwriter, guitarist and producer.
My name is Grace Alexander. I am a keyboardist. I play in a couple of function bands. I play in a originals band called Lyras.
I'm Holly Rees. I'm a musician and music producer. We play indie rock, sad, loud songs. Also do quite a bit of singer-songwritery, acoustic, nice stuff.
I'm Abby. I've done live sound now, studying that, and then also doing it as a job in Newcastle mainly, but also around other areas of the North East.
Working with producers, and I found it kind of difficult to fully articulate what I wanted from my music. But then kind of like watching what the producers was doing and how they're working on Logic kind of like really inspired us to want to just go away and learn that world.
I mean, not the man with the headphone. I knew that music production was the gap between my playing and how I wanted my songs to sound, and in the middle was music production. But that was just like a large mystery.
Before this project, if I was in the studio recording something, I was comfortable in that environment, but from the musician's perspective. And then when you look at the big screen and all the everything, it just seemed like impossible to understand.
You know, I've never had this opportunity to be in a really safe environment where I know my sort of like opinions in music and like what I want something to sound like isn't going to be judged by anyone here, because we're all at the same level, we're all learning.
I wanted to get to a point where this group could walk into a studio, any studio environment, and feel comfortable, where they'd be like, okay, I don't feel kind of overwhelmed when I walk in here and think, what is all this stuff?
Is it in the centre at the moment, or is it off? I think the carb gives it a bit more bottom. Shall we look?
It's just not got much.
It's been an absolute godsend having this space. Sometimes you feel a bit stuck in your bedroom, because I think you do need to separate from like where you sleep and where you create. Sometimes you need that bit of separation.
Put a sketch cassette on there.
I've spent 12 hours in here, like if not more, just like totally getting lost in the music and coming up with loads of ideas that I feel like maybe I wouldn't have done it in my bedroom.
We did a live session at Blank Studios, which was really cool because I've recorded in Blank Studios quite a few times just as a musician going in. So we've got all the recording done, all the tracks are down. So now how do we get it, that part of music production that is like polishing?
Not only have we spoke to Lisa about how she produces and mixes and stuff like that, but we've spoke to other producers about that.
Each of the guest speakers that we've had have been really different in their approaches. It's really nice to be able to see that, like, on the spectrum of everybody, you do fit in somewhere along there. Well, I think because I'm quite an organic musician and I like a lot of organic sounds. So I think the way that I use tech is to try and harness that.
I think at first I thought I had to be completely original. Instead, it's more you create your mix by taking different influences and then creating a unique blend of those influences. The way myself and another girl, Holly, on the course likes to work is that we'll go up and we'll change like one knob at a time, very, very like methodically do it. Cortney walked up to the outboard, just changed everything, and it was like watching her do it was so chaotic.
I sent Lisa a mix that I'd done and she was like, sounds great, but maybe you want to just pull back on some of the saturation.
It's taught me, and I think it's taught Holly, to be a little bit more just like go for it.
I think one of my favourite things was we went to the old church studios at Morpeth. I've never been in like a studio environment which is as big and as open and has so much like history built into it. For me, like I'm a person who really loves the sound of like room recordings and things like that. So whenever I do approach a recording, I'll set up loads of microphones in a room just to get the natural reverbs in. Being there was like where that space was truly like appreciated for that. Like reverb is like probably one of my favourite effects. And there's a really good plugin on there. You can get like the most bizarre reverbs. And I tried that on my vocals once and I was like, oh, this is just phenomenal. And like when I'm here, people are like, oh, that's so cool. You used a swimming pool reverb. I'm like, yeah, like it's really nice.
I think we all leveled up together, even though we came in at different stages. We all had gaps in our knowledge, but they were different gaps. We've all managed to fill those gaps using each other and using the project.
Kind of have more of an understanding about what that producer's doing, even if it's not me that's producing it. Because I can say like, oh, I like that compressor, can we use that compressor? Or like, can we try this with the mics on the drums to create this sound? So it's a lot easier to kind of be involved and make sure that if I am working with somebody or I have booked a day in a bigger studio, I know that I can get out of it what I want.
I actually really low-key really like that.
We leave these sessions, I know I leave these sessions feeling really smart.
It's been brilliant to be involved in something that's so positive about bringing women into music production. And you didn't feel like you had to defend your position in the room. You didn't have to defend the fact you were in the studio. You could drop all those walls and just be like, you know what, I don't understand this, please tell me.
The more that you are encouraged to feel welcome and encouraged to feel comfortable, the more you actually want to approach something. That was definitely how it was for me coming onto this course.
I would love to go after this and write and produce music with everyone that's been a part of this course. I think we can definitely work together in so many other ways.
I want to record and self-produce a whole full band EP/album maybe. So yeah, I'm really excited to do that.
I like it a lot.
Like I've already had girls message me about the course, and the more women that we get involved in projects like this and the more visibility we get, the more people feel like they can step forward and ask questions and insert themselves into situations where they've not previously seen themselves represented.
The more other females go, oh, like that's a role for me, I can do that.
If you want to get into music production, do it. Like literally it's been one of the best things that I've ever chose to do for myself.
You can think, oh God, maybe I'm not cut out for this, it's too intimidating. I need to know so much more before I can start doing it. But actually, the best way to do it is just start doing it, learning little bit by little bit. Everyone can get into it if they've been introduced to it in the right way.
Regardless of whether you're 15 now or if you're 32 and you've got children, don't let anything put you off.
Courses like this that help people out with either first steps or growing from what they've learned at home, invaluable, been really, really helpful.
I think before the project, I thought of it as something else, as something separate that other people really understood about. And now I really think of it as something that's mine.
We want to give people the chance to get a foot on the ladder and to show that that ladder isn't this mystical, amazing thing that's a million miles away from your experience and that you would never achieve, but actually just go, it's here, take a step and I'll help you with it. And then realise that it is achievable. And once you have demystified that, then there's nothing stopping you.
What if we